organizing and disseminating information is something I've been doing since I was a little kid. I used to give lectures at school on Monday about stuff I learned over the weekend.
See, check that out.
But they took me to a psychiatrist. We're the same age. Back then, if you got sent to a psychiatrist, it meant people thought you were crazy.
I was at one.
Yeah, exactly.
I was at one.
Exactly. So I remember feeling like a freak. I didn't have a stutter, but I had a grunting tic. It comes back when I'm tired. And the only thing that helped that was hitting my head on something, shaking my head, which is why skateboarding was good, because I'd slam and I'd feel like, feel good. That's not healthy. That's not good. Or just work is what gets it out. It's like a RPM or high, Anyway, that's me. But yeah, I think certain things over time, I feel like talent or gifts or whatever you want to call them, but there are many things that are exceedingly difficult for me. And I have learned from your example. I know that you are very both humble and very clear that like you don't have, you say, you're not going to get it by examining you, but I think the way you're sharing today and the way you shared on other podcasts before, there are pieces that really help people feel into the process of what you're talking about. Today, we're elaborating on it, I think, a lot. This notion of being haunted and the stick.
Right.
I mean, of course, now it makes so much sense why you don't want to talk about sleep or rest or recovery, because that's important. I've heard you say, yes, you sleep, yes, you eat, yes, you hydrate, yes, you'll stretch your psoas or whatever. But it's funny how that becomes the viral message.
That's why I said fuck that today.
But that's not the unique message that you carry. Like anyone can talk about that. So do I have that right, that you're acknowledging sleep is important, recovery is important,
yes,
but that's not what you're about?
You have to forgo something. Yes, ice baths, saunas, sleep, nutrition, all this shit's so fucking important, dude. I don't have time for some of it. To extract what I had to extract, something had to give. Like you talk about you when you were younger, you would give these speeches and stuff. The same age you were giving speeches, I was trying to figure out how to say the without stuttering. And I realized as I got older that all these things are important. But for me to stop stuttering, I got to build fucking confidence. And speech therapy didn't help that. Nothing helped that. I have to forego a lot of shit to be as fucked up as I am to build confidence. For me to stand in the fucking room of 10,000 of one person and not and be like, oh, put my head down, let me look around, let me read these paragraphs first, and then before I read the paragraphs, because they're calling me next, let me just leave the room kind of stutter. That's a miserable life. And that's one of many things I did, besides lying, besides being insecure, besides being immature, besides being fat, besides being one of the only black kids in my school. There's a lot of things I had to overcome to gain confidence. And in doing so, a lot of that had to go. A lot of it. So I became the guy that became once again misunderstood. You only sleep 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day. Sometimes you don't sleep at all. Like, what's this and what's this and what's this? I know it's all important. Something's got to go. For me to get confidence, because confidence is the building block of where I'm trying to go. For me to gain confidence in myself, this fucked up kid has got to do a lot of fucked up shit to gain confidence. And along the way, the stutter went away and I gained confidence. And now my life is a little bit more, there's no balance. There's no balance. It's a little bit more what it should be for a lot of people, but there'll never be balance because confidence is something that you're constantly, confidence and belief, you're building every day. And so something's got to give. And I'm willing to forgo a lot of things to have that because I know that is, if you want to give somebody kryptonite, take that shit away from them. So yeah, I don't sleep sometimes, and sometimes I don't eat the right way, and sometimes I don't do this and do that and whatever, man. But you put me in a room of 10,000 people any time of the day, and I walk in there thinking I'm the baddest motherfucker in here because I know what it took to be on this stage, and a lot of people will not do that. So that's what it takes.
There's a question I've been wanting to ask you since we started, and I thought about coming in here, and I've been thinking about in the weeks ahead of this, and I'm going to just come clean and say I don't exactly know how to ask the question.
Just ask it.
So it's about relationships.
Oh, do it, man.
So I know in myself
Mm-hmm.
that my discipline is much higher when it's just me, but that's because I had certain things early on, but then I was a terrible student, barely finished high school. But then when I got serious, but I did that by staying away from everybody. And anyone who's ever had a relationship of any kind, but in particular romantic relationships, knows that yes, you can derive tremendous support from those. Like, you got this, baby, you can go. And you're like, yeah, I got this. She said, I got this. You know,
Right.
feels great to finish something and share with someone, share a meal, you know, get the hug. But there's another side to all of that
Right.
that I'd like to learn more about from you, which is there's a warm body next to you
Mm-hmm.
in bed in the morning. You don't want to get up.
Mm-hmm.
They also have needs. You've got your mission. That people sometimes need things from us,
Right.
but also oftentimes the people that love us most, that truly love us and that want to support us, don't understand this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the first people to tell us, like, listen, take a day off. And then this whole cycle, at least in my head, goes off like, you just want a vacation. And then it's almost like a paranoia. I'm not saying anything nice about myself right now.
Right. All good, man.
Former girlfriends are gonna be like, yeah, like, you know, that they remember and so support of people close to you is critical.
Mm-hmm.
This could be friends, could be romantic partners, whatever. But they're also the knife cuts both ways.
Yep.
It can be the thing that can really undermine this thing that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
because the people that care about us also want to see us comfortable.
Right.
They want to see us happy. They want to see us peaceful. They want to see us wake up from a great night's sleep, and they want things too.
Right.
So how do you untangle that whole bit?
Well, it's funny, man. I'm unbalanced, but I'm mostly unbalanced towards the family side. People don't get about me. I start being unbalanced.